I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious.
Shut up,
indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
FML right now. Considering everything up till now, I should meow. I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. I was just having a nap. Poor guy.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto
I did.
it.
Just because I had the knife once? That automatically makes me the
Right?
killer?
They're hating so hard.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in it's the same one. It really is, isn't it? If he did have that knife, it seals it. Just because I had the knife automatically makes...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Boom!
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, Biss, that's actually wrong.
Don't you remember?
That's wrong, actually. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old, so they weren't recent. They were several days old. At least several days old.
The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim? I didn't get to read it!
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but...
That was Toko going
what's the deal
flying.
with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears
Wow!
to use, you'd know the answer.
Rude!
Well, if you're so smart, just
True.
tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any
That's a
headway.
direct tell them Nagi right there. Why do I have to? There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. You know why, right? I passed it, but you know why. Because someone set up us the bomb.
I got it!
That's why.
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. Part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect, you, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
She's my girlfriend. That's what's the problem.
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Everybody shut up! I need to concentrate. Okay.
Then shall we continue
Sure,
the
go.
debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds.
No! Aw, that's not wrong. But it is wrong.
Shoot!
I just want to prove you wrong. Like,
Then
just
shall
once. Please. Let me... Oh, there's multiple things. The victim had been oh, wait. Was there somebody... completely through the body. Struck in the head with... Struck in the head. And you're too late. You give hope a bad name. With an... I don't know. An object as thick as a metal pipe.
To continue the debate,
The victim's...
fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Maybe the victim's fatal injury because we don't really know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's
She was already totally dead when that happened.
It wasn't you because of the knife, right? There's only one.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
That's gotta be it. There was
No,
evidence
stop hitting
she
that.
was hit on the back of her
And more
Shoot
than
him in the
that,
face.
the victim had suffered countless wounds
Across her entire body.
Fire, buddy.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury
Holy shit, that was scary, and I got it wrong again. I'm gonna fail so hard.
Then shall we continue the debate?
Okay.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already
totally dead.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? There's only one.
Yeah.
That's
Gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
I hit the wrong thing again. The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves... Oh, the hit on the head, maybe?
Then shall we continue the victim's fatal
Injury has yet to be
The
determined.
explosion didn't kill her for sure.
I might have to create a bullet, but I'm not sure.
Because of the knife, right? There's only one.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be it.
God damn it, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, maybe I have to create a... Blah, blah, blah. If all else fails, create the bullet.
Then shall we
Continue the debate.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Well, yeah, she was it wasn't because of the There's only
Wait, now do I use... Do I use this on heroes, or do I use it on... Oh, I didn't mean you guys stop typing, by the way. I meant Nagi telling those guys to shut up. Do I use it on heroes, or do I use it on...
According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back
That
of her
might be
head.
it, because then Makoto...
The victim had suffered
Look, I'm gonna use up the
entire
16 minutes. That's what I'm gonna do. The knife was a cover-up, yes, and all the other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves the pipe to the head. So that's gotta be it, right?
Explosion didn't kill her for sure. Well, yeah, she was
It wasn't
because of the knife. There's only one.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be it.
I'm gonna kill everything. I'm gonna kill everything. He's just giving up. Nobody believes me. Yeah, but it's been a long time since what do you say? Yeah, of course I want to give it another
I
shot.
refuse to give up yet.
Nike's like, fuck you. I'm gonna try again. No, I'm just gonna die. I choose death. Thanks, see you later. Bye. Chiaki time! Okay.
Then
Shooting them in the face solves everything. But yeah, like I said, I've played it before. I know how every case goes. It's just putting it together. Sometimes it's a bit difficult. And I haven't played it in a long time. Oh! Oh my god! Wait.
fatal
Is it? Oh, I could be wrong. But she says for sure, I guess. Like, what is that?
well,
Yeah, she was already wasn't
because of the knife, right? Then there's
You children. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. Wait!
only one other.
Hold on! Hold on!
There was evidence that...
Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Shut up. Shut up, Togami. Shut up. Shut up.
then we continue.
The debate. The
Victim's
No, that's wrong.
Back to eating.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
the Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
So I just noticed, after I had thought of it, I noticed, Clockwork, that you helped me out as well, so thank you. I'm sorry I didn't see it until now, but thank you regardless.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit
That's
on it.
disgusting.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced
What the
the real
hell?
murder
Just tell them
weapon?
yourself. Why do I have to do everything? The real murder weapon was Togami's big fucking head. Just completely crushed person. It was the chicken coop chickens. It was the real murderer. The wood block key. Maybe the arrows? I got it!
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
That's exactly my theory, Clockwork, is that Togami doesn't know anything and he just goes, yes, tell them. And he pretends to know, but he doesn't. Yeah, that's like one of my biggest theories.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
Sorry. I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Yakuya's account is the murder weapon. How'd you know?
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that
No,
was
the
the murder
duct
weapon.
tape was.
Are you sure?
Because it's all bloody.
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Nope.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't be nearly thick enough. Which is, excuse me, why they used burps. That's what they used.
Titanium arrow. It was in the dojo lock. I have no doubt.
Out.
I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
That was the murder
Sound
weapon.
convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in
No,
the
why am I shooting
Monokuma
Asahina? I love you. I'm
it said
sorry.
The weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow.
No, that's wrong.
The tape was used to kill. Indeed. Throw some duct tape on someone.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Instant murder with duct tape.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak. We put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
No, lie! We saw you there. We talked, remember? Well, you didn't really want to talk to me, but I was like, wow, she looks really beautiful under the cherry blossoms. And
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to The death of us all.
Yay!
Of course I remember.
I'm kidding.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the
Shh,
dojo.
indoor voices, Byakuya. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to the dojo locker. No, like you actually saw her go, but yes, it is the key.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her,
Yes.
aren't you?
Yes.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just... there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me
Do
something.
you love me? Do you?
Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... How about complete sentences, Nagi? That might be good. She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do.
Yes!
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone. What does that mean? I know what it means. 'Cause you had her key, you doofus. You couldn't get into her room.
Those words you just spoke.
What do you mean? Exactly.
What I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? Which would mean...
Those words you just spoke.
What? Exactly what
I'm not the killer.
You should understand that.
Byakuya, what are you
hiding? Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the
it
culprit.
might be this. I know what it is, but I just gotta figure out...
And left the locker key in my own room.
Whoops! No, not Kyoko! I mean, I gotta prove him wrong. Shit. I'm sorry, Kyoko. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to finish my dinner. So I'm thinking about food instead of important stuff.
That you aren't, is that what you're saying? You stated a theory.
You said I hid
the evidence of my
and then left the locker key in my own room.
Could I really have done that?
Yeah, because I don't think that bullet they gave us would have to do with anything.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand Byakuya. Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Boom, boom, boom.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what
Yeah,
you mean.
smartass.
And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. More important than murder. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Ugh, no way. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko? Well, I can't do Togami's nerd voice because he's voicing himself, so not really possible to fill that request right now. But what if that's not really true? What can I do? Whee! Look at it spin. What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? There you go. I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Run away. Let's pursue the lie.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Let me see something really quick.
I didn't have the key because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Sorry, I had to put my plate down. I'm done eating. Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, This was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it, so I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out! So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Yeah, I purposely picked it. Stop freaking out, guys. I picked it on purpose. Excuse me, I'll just be in this corner crying. Sorry. Excuse me. Gonna go drown in my tears now. Bye. Good job! You got it right! Brilliantly right! We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
Yeah, guys, calm down! Jeez, I am showing both. Just stop freaking out. Just stop freaking out. I'm showing both, so stop freaking out. I've prepared an extra special punishment this time. Is everyone ready? Okay then!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oshioki time! Okay, yeah, going back to drowning in my tears, excuse me. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me, I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Do you remember what Hagakure said to us when we hung out with him? Anybody? Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Wow, look at Douchegami actually smiling. I wonder what happened to Toko. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
See, and everyone was like freaking out, and I was like, chill out, man. I promised I would show stuff. And yeah. They said, the child, your child and my child will have the same mother. That's what he said. Died during childbirth? Huh. Her claim? Oh, that's right! I have to... Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. And from now on, no freakouts that lead to spoilers. Please, please, please. Am I wrong? And don't vaguely spoil either, 'cause it's still kind of spoiling, so... She's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. But you see, people like to say, I think Toko has to take the picture, but the way her picture is, guys, is set up like how funeral pictures are done in Japan. That's exactly what funeral pictures look like. They're black framed, and then they have that little ribbon going across it. So while we'd like, I mean, it also doesn't explain who took the picture, but at the same time, you gotta wonder, why does it look like a funeral picture? It's very confusing. I guess we'll never know, but... There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned. Timing out people for spoilers? Definitely, Skyline. I agree. I think, I mean, I've made it pretty clear before, but apparently I'm gonna have to start doing that if people are gonna do that, because it's... I don't like doing that, but if you guys are gonna keep spoiling stuff, then, you know...
Well, does no one have a rebuttal?
It's already in my rules, and then I already say it enough when we start the game, and I said it throughout the game because people kept spoiling stuff. I had to keep saying, stop spoiling it! Some people, I'll give you an example, like Nom. Nom has never played the game before, so no spoilers. No spoilers. None. Some people haven't played this before, so if you spoil stuff for them, it's not as cool for them.
Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact?
You're an ass.
I see. So you still refuse to accept it.
But yeah, clearing chat is a nicer way to do it, because I prefer not to ban people. I like to give them a warning first. If you continually spoil, then yeah, obviously that'll lead to something, but clearing chat works as well.
I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
It was Byakuya!
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's
You did
room.
it!
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be Makoto.
No, god damn it!
I don't see any other option.
Why is it back to me? Why is it...
Wait a second! You've got it all wrong! let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it,
Nagi's
don't
so
you?
mad he's trembling in his picture.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has
Why
to
are you
be...
shouting?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking
Well-
now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
What'd I get? A, B? B, how dare!
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Who are you gonna vote for? Oh, you fucking pieces of shit! I called you my friends, I let you into my house, I give you my food, and this is how you treat me. Alright. Nice, guys. These are the faces of my friends? What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man. Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault! Everyone! You're wrong! You got it all wrong! I didn't do it! Good job, everyone! Good job? Yeah, they got it right! No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense! It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills,
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. I know, they're sorry we killed you. What the hell? Wait, why do I... Kitty Kitty Bay. I love you. Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Even you too? Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Well... Oh, so many feels. So many feels. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this! It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that? What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're goddammit, meow! You're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? What? God damn it! Words are difficult, meow. Just what the hell's going on?
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did
What are
you
you
say?
talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. I was just wondering that myself, actually. It's a very interesting question. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say... That's true, Leon, that's true. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. That's also a very good point. There we go! Question answered. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope Peak, really, meow, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Huh? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? Hope's meow. It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck's going on? Finally. I could finally meet my mind and body start... Meet? I give up. I can't. I could finally meow. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together. I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Wow, it's 9 o'clock already. Dangan Ronpa doesn't want to quit today. Dangan Ronpa doesn't want me to play Persona 4 Golden. trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Sorry. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? Thanks, Wolf! No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friends went... I only have one friend, meow. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Well, if you think about it, I've been streaming for a couple of hours, which means I've been reading for quite a couple of hours. So now I'm making a lot of mistakes as opposed to a few. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself, and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Derp, derp, derp. Out of there, out of here. Out of here, out of there. Now I'm pretty sure I said 9 o'clock. I don't think I... Okay. Pretty sure I said 9 o'clock. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decide to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Well, yeah, you're in a garbage dump. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides, but that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was... You guys, go to sleep. It sounded like I told you guys to go to sleep just now. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to present what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Gut crunch! What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me. It's an angel, and you called... Wait, this might be my favorite Kyoko line ever. A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even... Rude. That's what I always say. That's so great. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. It's an angel.
It smells...
This place smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Cute little ramen cup, Kyoko. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for, that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach, because that's how anatomy works. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no. To atone.
Atone?
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. At least the second time you didn't. Nagi. You bastard. So you knew that I knew. But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
Don't say that! You didn't abandon me!
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you. But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost.
Why'd you have to survive?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive is so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
That's right. At least, I did, once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
You forgot? But that's...
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible!
Amnesia?
Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted and then I woke up. I was trapped. Sorry, god damn it. I fainted and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect. Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you?
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
The mastermind. One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others. I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. Investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who? Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
The headmaster? Why'd you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
What?
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad. He's Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains... When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved...
I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter what the cost. God damn it, I added a word.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he had said... Oh, God damn it, when he had said that, I felt strange. Also, meow. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said that I felt... Meow. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck... Oh my god, that's a lot of things happening in your sentence. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then what did you see in there?
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
This is some kind of map?
It's a layout of the interior of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would most likely hold more clues, so I went to check. When I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized. Whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we had ever imagined.
What do you mean?
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous.
So much talking.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor... which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I said that weird.
It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba.
My sentence went to shit. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you, either.
I know you're right, but that just means... everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway.
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me. That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean because of the school regulations?
Exactly.
That's right.
With minimal restrictions, you're free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. Derp derp.
In other
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, goddammit, meow, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
The
mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the God of Death. What? I can hear the God of Death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this. Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room. I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you, because they couldn't interfere, right? You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean? Nice one, Neo. It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh? Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not? If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair? That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're... Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Whew! I was wondering when that chapter was going to end. The biggest, most awful blah blah, that event. You know the one. You received the Dream Island rocket present.